All right, everybody, guys, welcome to Logan's Candies, you guys. My name is Jerry. I'm going to talk you through the demonstration here. What we have here is a mixture of sugar water and corn syrup. Been cooking for about 45 minutes. When I poured it on the table just now, it's a little bit over 320 degrees. So we're just trying to cool it down a little bit. We're going to add a little bit of flavor and a little bit of color. And then about 20 minutes, we'll be over on the table pulling out some candy canes. How many of you guys are here for the very first time? Never seen this before. How many first timers here? First timers? Wow, very good. Next, how many returning veterans? Who've been here before? Very good. About almost half and half. Well, welcome everybody. Glad you guys get a chance to watch the candy canes being made. So we're going to make cinnamon candy canes today. So we're going to do 3 stripes. We're going to do a green stripe, we're going to do a red stripe, and a white stripe. So we'll start out with our darker color first, which will be our red stripe. Then we'll do our green stripe, and we'll show you how we're going to turn it white, and also how we're going to add the flavor to it. Now this is the same recipe we've been using here at Logan since 1933. Same recipe, same marble slab, same hook on the wall, same stove, same heater. I've not been here quite that long. I got it this morning about 10:15. We're a little late this morning, so. Now I also do haircuts if anybody needs a trim. Happy to help out. I've seen a few people here who use a cut. Although I warn you now, I can only do the bald look is all I do because bald is beautiful, says the bald man only. All right, so we're going to separate a little bit of the color out here. We're going to take a little piece out. Remember, we're going to start with our red stripe first. Then we'll do our green stripe, and then last we'll do the white and show you how we're going to add some flavor to it. So this smaller piece here on my left is going to be our first stripe. That'll be our red stripe. And then, of course, the much bigger piece here on my right is going to be the white part, which will also be the flavored part of the candy cane. Red is very, very big here. And although we do all the colors with the same gloves here, that's why you can see mostly it's just the red on the glove. Going to cut a little bit more here. Now we're going to add our color. We're going to add what we call a gel-based color. All that means it's not a water-based color. When you use a water-based color, it kind of dissolves the sugar. You can make it a little bit sticky. We don't want that, so we're going to use a gel or a paste-based coloring today. And a little bit of the other right here. We're going to fold that in for a couple minutes. When we get it all mixed in, we'll take it over the heater, and then somebody will keep it nice and warm for us. All right, so I'm just going to keep folding this in here for a minute or so. So remember that red thing behind me right there is a heater. So once we get this all mixed in, we'll take it over the heater, and then like I said, they'll keep it nice and warm for us over there. Now Logan's was originally on Euclid Avenue, about 2 blocks north of here, on the west side of Euclid, just north of the Granada Theater. We moved around this location here in 1953. Then about 20 years ago, we opened up on that side over there. And then actually it was 6 years ago to yesterday, we opened up on that side over there. All right, here we go. We've got it all mixed in, so we're going to take it over the heater here, and then we'll keep it nice and warm in front of the heater over here. So I'm just going to cut a little piece off here for our green stripe. And once again, we're down that gel paste color just so I can get it on the red. No flavor whatsoever. This is just going to be the color only here. I'm just going to add a little bit of color there. Then we'll fold that in just like we did the red stripe. All right, we're going to fold that in for a minute or so here. So remember, all the flavor will be in this bigger piece here that will be the white part of the candy cane. All right, just a couple more folds here. And we'll take this over to the heater also. All right, here we go. So it's all folded in now. So there's our green. We're going to take that over the heater and we'll put that right over here. Dave will keep that one nice and warm for us as well. So cinnamon's a pretty volatile flavor. In fact, I have a little bit of a allergic reaction to cinnamon. So we're going to hope that we don't spill it on the table here. Otherwise, you'll see me turn quite red here. So let's hope that doesn't happen. Now remember you guys, when I put this on the table a few minutes ago, it was very, very hot, a little over 320 degrees. It has cooled down quite a bit, but it is still incredibly hot. So we're going to take our thermometer here. We're going to get a little reading and see where we stand. And we are at 190 degrees right there. As you can see, it is 190 degrees. Still very, very warm right there at 190. You see that there? Still very, very hot. Then we're going to mix that in. Let me add I guess I should add the flavor first, right? All right, so we're going to take our cinnamon flavor here. We're going to add just about 1/3 of an ounce here. A little more than 1/4 ounce, a little less than 1/2 ounce. Just like that. Then we're going to mix that inside just like we did the color. Now in just a minute here, we're going to show you how we're going to turn this nice and white. When we turn it white, we are going to turn it white all naturally. We're not going to add any color to it to make it turn white. You'll see how that happens here in just a minute. Has nothing to do with the flavor. Even if there was no flavor whatsoever, it would still turn white. And you'll see what happens here in just a minute. This is the part of the job where I feel very needed. Nice to be needed, right? We're just trying to break up the flavor into little pieces in there, but keep it all in the center. Bless you. All right, looks pretty good to me. So you guys watch very carefully here. We're going to roll it out now. Happens very quickly, so keep your eye on the big blob up here. Not me, the big blob on the slab here. Here we go. Rolling, rolling. And there it is, you guys. Thanks for coming. Hope you enjoyed the show. There's your big giant candy cane, guys. Look at that. I get to go early now. Thanks, appreciate that. No, I'm just kidding. We wouldn't do that to you. Just trying to make sure that flavor is all still on the inside there. We also want you to know here at Logan's, we do put a little bit of love in every batch of candy we make. And just to show you how we roll here, get it and roll, sorry. Here is our heart on the slab for you guys. So there it is. Let's all get a little show a little love for the candy man there. Nicely done, very nice. Thank you very much. Also a gratuitous Valentine's Day plug there. Okay, we're going to do 2 things here on the hook. Number 1, we're adding a little bit of air to it. Also the stretching of the sugar crystal. And that's going to be what makes the candy cane turn nice and white. Can you smell it now? Can you guys smell the flavor? And you can see it just gets lighter and lighter with each and every pull. So like I say, a combination of adding air and the stretching of the sugar crystal, very similar to the way you might whip egg whites at home, or how when you stretch out a rubber band, how their color lines up a little bit. Then you can see with each and every pull it gets lighter and lighter. Or in my case, heavier and heavier. Now I don't count how many times we pull, we just keep pulling until we get a nice bright white. Every batch is slightly different. Some batches start out lighter, some start out darker. Then depending on the size of the candy cane, the flavor, the color, that will determine how long we're going to pull it or how white we need it to be. If we're making all white candy cane hearts for wedding, we pull it even a little bit longer to make sure we get a nice bright white for the bride and groom. So I cut a little bit of the white off here. We're going to add some red to it. That's going to make up our 5 little stripes, just like you see on all those candy canes up there. Now that is the same stripe pattern we've been using here at Logan since 1933. And in 89 years, we have never miscounted yet. So we're going to ask you guys in just a couple minutes here to help us count out the stripes, just to be sure we don't miscount. So I put a little bit of the red and a little bit of the white together. This first piece here, this is going to make up our 5 little stripes, just like you see on the candy canes up there. Can you guys all see that? That will be our 5 little stripes there. And since we're making cinnamon flavor, our green stripe, our big stripe is going to be a green stripe. And being that it is big and green, we like to nickname this guy right there the Hulk. I don't know if my face looks good, I can feel my face burning. Woo. And then of course what David's working on right there is the big giant breath, man. Because we understand that somebody out there tonight has incredibly bad breath. Just kidding. That's going to be the middle or the center of the candy cane. And you'll see in just a couple minutes here how it all pulls together. Now when I get this piece stretched out just the length we need it, we're going to ask you guys to help us count out the stripes. We're going to cut our 5 little stripes just like you see up there. Same stripe pattern we've been using here for 89 years. We've never miscounted yet. So if you guys don't mind helping me out tonight, we'd like to ask you to count out the stripes beginning with stripe number 1. Number 1, very good. And following stripe number 1, next in line, will be stripe number. Very good, nicely done. Number 2. And following stripe number 2, next will be stripe number 3. That's right, in succession there, very good. And after stripe number 3, next will be stripe number 4. Very good, nicely done. Number 4. And last but not least, our final stripe will be stripe number 5. We're going to add that right to the end there. And we're going to put a little bit of white there on the end just to hold it all together. That way the red stripe doesn't fall off the end there. Just like that. But you can see I have now put together our 5 little stripes, kind of a blanket of stripes if you will. So our 5 little stripes. Some people say that looks like bacon. I say add bacon to anything, it makes it taste better, right? We put that right on top of the old block there, just like so. The Hulk, that's right, you remembered, nice. We put him right here on the other side of the block, just like that. So now as you can see here on this side here, we have our 5 little stripes on this side right here. You guys all see that there? There's our 5 little stripes. And on this side right here, we have our 1 big stripe. The big green stripe, the Hulk there. Anybody out there bowl? Any bowlers? Anybody heard of bowling? Take that down in the lanes right there. How about any baseball fans? Anybody a baseball fan or a big Dodger fan? Of course, they could use a big bat like that. It just didn't break my heart this year. How about a big giant candy cane bat? How about a big giant turkey leg with that Thanksgiving, that Christmas dinner coming up here? Or how about this one? When I was younger, I played a little piano and trumpet. Now I just play the 5-string. I sing too, but it's not a pretty sound. Or how about this here? A big giant fish or whale with a candy cane tail. Now if you guys will watch right here very carefully, I'm going to begin to pull this out here. Give it a little pull. Give it a little tug. Give it a little stretch. Pulling, tugging, stretching. More pulling, more tugging, more stretching. And if you watch very carefully, we get it just the right length and thickness. We're going to give it a little twist. And right before your very eyes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we have created candy cane. Thank you very much. Here we go, a little cut, a little roll, and a little bend on the other end. Let's all give a big round of applause for candy cane number 1, live in color right there. Here we go, another little cut, more rolling, more bending. Let's all give a big round of applause for candy cane number 2. Give it up for number 2. Stay with me, you guys, because remember we still have 399 more to go. 98 more to go. Now this size candy cane that we're making right here, this is actually the smallest size candy cane that we make here at Logan's. And if we continue to make just this size right here throughout the entire batch, by the time we're done, we're going to fill up this entire table full of candy canes. You can see down in the end there, I'm just going to start to stack them in a row. We're going to stack them row after row after row. We'll fill the table up to right about here by me, and if we make just this size only, we'll make almost 400 candy canes this size out of this one batch. That's the part where you're supposed to go, whoa, that's a lot of candy canes. Whoa. Thank you very much, I like that. Now we do this candy cane demonstration well over 250 times throughout October, November, and December. And by December 24th, we'll make pretty close to 100,000 candy canes, one by one, just like you're watching right now. Wow. All right, candy canes, thank you. Now, as you can see here, we do work kind of in an assembly line here. I work right here in position number 1. I pull the candy cane, making me, of course, the candy cane puller. Very good. Right here in position number 2, our daughter Abby's doing 2 jobs tonight. First off, she'll roll the candy cane, making her the candy cane roller. Then she'll hook the candy cane, making her the candy cane bender. Careful now, that's my daughter. Then down at the end, we have David stacking the candy canes, making him the candy cane stacker. Soon somebody will come out of the back room to bag the candy canes, making them, of course, the candy cane bagger. And if it happens to be our oldest employee, who happens to be my mother-in-law, we'd have to give her the title of the old bagger. That is just her title. That is her title. Sorry. I would never call her that because that's only her title only. So just kidding. Now, as you can see, we're all staying busy back here. We do have one job left. And if we can get a couple volunteers from out there, we could use your help. Anybody want to help us out? Great, because in the back room, I have a huge pile of dirty dishes right in the back room of the floor. No, I'm just kidding. What we really need is somebody to help us sample or taste test this candy canes. Anybody? Any tasters? Come on, moms and dads. See those hands? No hand, no sample. Let's feel a little up here. There we go. All right. All right, that looks like most of you. Okay, go ahead and put your hands down. We're going to cut everybody a nice warm sample and bring it right out to you. Now this press that we got out right here, this is one of the few machines that we use here at Logan's. This press right here is about 95 to 100 years old. Been using this same press here at Logan since 1933. We like to call Abby the crush up. Voila, we have some samples there. Now stay right where you are. She'll bring them out to you. They'll bring them out to you. Remember, they are slightly warm, but they are certainly not hot. So once they put it in the palm of your hand, feel free to put it right in your mouth. Just don't bite right on it. Just kind of eat it like you would a jawbreaker. So wait right there, guys. We'll make sure everybody gets a nice warm sample.